Hello, welcome to, of course I start coughing as soon as I start my video. I apologise for being a bit late. It took me a while to find the group and get into it and have a look. But hello, I'm up next and this is my first standard card I'm sharing with you. A really simple card that celebrates one of the papers in this beautiful pear suite. Excuse me. This piece of designer series paper, I should have brought a whole piece to show you, actually has a white center and this lovely bordered detail all the way around the outside. So if you're making card fronts, you can get 6 card fronts all with a different part of the paper. So this one shares the corner part, but I'm showing you today a piece just with the edge part. So as I said, there's a really simple card about sharing the gorgeous paper using basic white background and misty moonlight mats for both the inside and the front of my card here. Thank you everyone for joining our group. We're very excited you're here. We're very excited to share this lovely Perfectly Pears Suite with you. And we hope you enjoy the tutorials today too, and that you'll get to make your card creations along with the videos. You can stop and pause the video whenever you need to. So all I'm doing now is doing the basics of the card. So I've got, this is my inside panel, and it features a tiny piece of the leftover paper when I was cutting out all my card fronts. So I can actually put that onto my front and this one onto the inside. So they're actually not too dissimilar, the front and the inside, with just that edge piece. And then to embellish my card, I have already done some flowers, but I'm using, so what I did basically was look at the colours of the paper, and I've gone for the Calypso Coral, which is the colours of the little flowers on the paper, and stamp those little flowers. And then to give them some colour, I'm going to use my Wink of Stella, which works really well for colouring things in. And I've squeezed a bit of ink onto the lid of my ink pad there, and squeeze my Ink of Stella and just pick up the ink. I'm going to start in the centres of the flowers because that's where the darkest ink will be, because as I use it, it will gradually go paler. Okay, so just starting in the centre of my flower and then working my way out for each petal. See how it goes lighter the more you use it. And last flower. Now, if you don't want to make a mess of your ink pad lid like I have, another way you can get ink is to actually put some ink onto your block. You just need a non-porous surface. Okay, I'll just clean that off there till it runs clear, so that the next time I use it, it won't be coral. And I'll wipe that off while I can, otherwise I'll stick my hand into it. Now I'm just going to cut this out, and to show you how tightly these dies, this is very close to my camera, I apologise for that. I'm just using my mini here, so I'll pop this in here, put my cardstock there, and these dies are incredibly close to the images. And while I'm cutting those out, I'm also going to cut out my little label here for my greeting. Pop my lid on there. Push that through. There we go. And pop you over there. And there's my little tiny label for my greeting. There are two of these labels. You'll see me use both of them as we go through today. And as Tracy said, they're quite close fitting to the greeting. So I'm just going to stamp my little hello. I love the font in this stamp set in Misty Moonlight, and and it's quite close. And I found it actually easier to stamp the words inside the die cut label. So there we go, there's my hello done right there. And then all I have to do now is assemble my card together. And I'm going to use dimensionals for all of this. So these guys, this one here will need the minis, the little minis, but these guys here, I can fit one of these standard dimensionals behind them. I've actually ended up with a few more than I have on my original card, which is a bit of fun. I'm going to put one inside, and I'll just put that just inside here to continue that interest. And different for me, there's a lot more space than I usually like to leave inside. And now, because this is a little bit different, I might put my flowers into a, which way does it, that one underneath, into a cluster right there. There we go. And my hello, so it's different side to my original. You can see there. And oops, not upside down, Julia. Hello. And then, unlike Tracy, I'm going to put heaps of bling on because there's so much space on my card. And I really want to jazz her up a bit. And I'm using the Misty Moonlight sparkle dots. These are low profile, so they're really, really great if you're ever worried about sending your cards through the mail, the post, or anything. So apparently the golden rule is odd numbers, which is either 3, or in this case I'm going to do 5. And then another small one, I think, in the middle. There we go. So hello, hello. There's my first standard card for you. It's a celebration of the paper, and the white space I've reflected with my white card base there, and just picked up the Calypso coral from the flowers in the paper there, and picked up the Misty Moonlight from the leaves there. Hope you enjoy that. Jan will be back very shortly in 5 minutes. I'll catch you later on. Bye.